edition of the National Sanjeevani Convention, a partnership of passion and purpose between Network 18, Federal Bank Homes Memorial Foundation and Tata Trusts, was recently held in Mumbai. The convention not only raised awareness on the timely detection of cancer, but also honored the human spirit within us all to fight, to endure, and to heal.
70% of cancer cases in India are detected at an advanced stage, reversing the global trend where early detection benefits a large majority of cancer patients. Now, low screening rates combined with fear, combined with stigma and misinformation contribute to the late diagnosis and the poor survival outcomes of those with cancer. Access to care is another big cause for concern. Cancer treatment, the cost remains unaffordable for most people in India, often leading to catastrophic death, and that is something that we need to address as well. And while the government and its initiatives and innovations like low-cost immunotherapies offer some hope, India urgently needs scale. It needs to scale up screening programs. It needs to scale up awareness programs and provide affordable treatment pathways to tackle what is fast becoming a national public health emergency. We don't use that lightly. It is, ladies and gentlemen, a national public health emergency. India's cancer challenge demands of us a comprehensive and scalable response, amplifying early detection and closing the myriad access gaps that continue to exist, to also ensure affordable treatment and creating a society that really normalizes screening and early intervention. And Sanjeevani is our collective effort to bridge those divides, turn the tide on cancer, and to safeguard lives. At the heart of this movement is a simple yet urgent call to action. Time nikale, screen kare. Take out the time, get screened, save your life. Screening is important and awareness is our strongest medicine.
The convention brought together policymakers, medical experts, industry leaders, corporate honchos, and influential personalities from across sectors to pave the way for a healthier future where regular cancer screening becomes the norm. Gracing the convention as the chief guest was Shri Prakash Ambedkar, Honorable Minister for Public Health and Family Welfare, Maharashtra. He highlighted the government's cancer prevention strategies and focus towards delivering affordable and accessible cancer care.
नमस्कार। संजीवनी इस अभियान के माध्यम से जिस तरह से फेडरल बैंक, CNN और टाटा ट्रस्ट ने जिस तरह से काम शुरू किया है, उसके लिए मैं पहले इन तीनों का बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन करता हूँ। महाराष्ट्र में और देश में जिस तरह से कैंसर का फैलाव हो रहा है और इस फैलाव को जिस तरह से रोकने के लिए प्रयास हम लोग कर रहे हैं, इस प्रयास को आज का ये डायस हमारे लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। सरकार के साथ जब समाज जुड़ता है तो बहुत अच्छी तरह से हम लोग काम करते हैं और ऐसा ही एक प्रयास संजीवनी के माध्यम से आप लोग कर रहे हैं। महाराष्ट्र में केंद्र शासन के माध्यम से हम लोग बहुत अच्छी तरह से कैंसर के प्रिवेंशन के लिए काम कर रहे हैं। साथ ही साथ कैंसर के प्रिवेंशन के बाद हम लोग कैंसर के उपचार के लिए भी काम कर रहे हैं। अभी अगर देखेंगे आप लोग तो कैंसर के लिए रेडिएशन थेरेपी, केमियोथेरेपी असेल, केमियोथेरेपी के साथ साथ अभी हम लोगों ने 8 डे केयर सेंटर शुरू किए हैं। 8 डे केयर सेंटर के साथ साथ अभी 26 फिर सिविल हॉस्पिटल में हम डे केयर सेंटर शुरू कर रहे हैं। कैंसर के ट्रीटमेंट के लिए महात्मा फुले आरोग्यदायी अभियान के माध्यम से भी हम बहुत अच्छी तरह से काम कर रहे हैं। अभी हाल ही में 4 फरवरी से एक अभियान हम लोग चला रहे हैं कि जिस अभियान के माध्यम से रूरल एरिया में, खास करके रूरल एरिया में सभी महिलाओं का स्क्रीनिंग हम कर रहे हैं, जिस स्क्रीनिंग के माध्यम से 2.5 करोड़ महिलाओं का ब्रेस्ट कैंसर हो, ओरल कैंसर हो या सर्वाइकल कैंसर हो, इसके लिए हम लोग स्क्रीनिंग कर रहे हैं। और अभी तक जो कुछ हम लोगों ने स्क्रीनिंग किया है, इस स्क्रीनिंग के माध्यम से जिन लोगों को इसके लिए आशंका हो गई है, उसके लिए उपचार भी हम महाराष्ट्र सरकार की ओर से कर रहे हैं। 9 से 14 साल के बच्चियों को भी HPV की लस जो हम लोग दे रहे हैं, केंद्र शासन के माध्यम से उसके लिए एक अभियान चला जाएगा। उसके माध्यम से बहुत प्रिवेंशन के लिए एक महत्वपूर्ण काम महाराष्ट्र सरकार भी कर रही है। ये सभी काम हम जिस तरह से कर रहे हैं, उस काम में जिस तरह से आप लोगों ने सहयोग दिया है, उसके लिए मैं आपका अभिनंदन इसलिए करता हूँ कि अभी इसकी बहुत ज़रूरत है। लोग डरते हैं, लोग 3rd स्टेज पे 4th स्टेज पे जब उसका डायग्नोस होता है तो जाते हैं तो बहुत पैनिक, फाइनेंशियली पैनिक, और उसका रिजल्ट भी अच्छा नहीं आता। हम लोगों की जिम्मेदारी यही है कि जिस तरह से फेडरल बैंक और CNN ने काम किया है, हम सभी लोगों को, समाज को एक होकर इस कैंसर के यूनाइटेड अगेंस्ट कैंसर और बाहर निकलिए और स्क्रीनिंग कीजिए। ये जो अभियान आपने चलाया है, ये अभियान बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है। हम लोग तो ये कर ही रहे हैं, लेकिन समाज के, सरकार के साथ अगर समाज जुटेगा तो ही ये अभियान यशस्वी होगा। इसलिए मैं बहुत बहुत शुभेच्छा देता हूँ आपके इस अभियान को। महाराष्ट्र सरकार की ओर से जो कुछ सहायता लगेगी उसके लिए हम लोग बहुत आभारी रहेंगे कि हम लोग भी आपके साथ जुटेंगे और एक बहुत अच्छे तरह से कैंसर को महाराष्ट्र के बाहर निकालने के लिए एक अच्छी तरह से कदम उठाएंगे। थैंक यू।
Determined in their resolve to improve the cancer landscape of India, Sanjeevani ambassador and renowned actor Vidya Balan engaged in a conversation themed One Mission, One Fight, Conquering Cancer with KVS Manian, the MD and CEO of Federal Bank.
Fear plays such a huge role in, in us getting screened regularly. In recent months, 2 people very close to me have gotten detected with cancer, one with throat cancer and one with breast cancer. In one case, there were symptoms in the girl who has throat cancer. The other one went for a regular executive checkup. And that was not what she was expecting to hear at all. So, and you don't think that you want to get screened because you're like, no, until I have symptoms, kuch nahi hoga. Because we all want to believe that cancer still carries a huge stigma because there's so much fear of loss of life. But what we're not recognizing is that things have moved forward to such an extent today that early detection can really help. Both cases, I'm very happy to report that, they're both doing very well. Their treatment is progressing. Yeah, I think we have to find solace in these examples, and the more I look around us, the more incidents of cancer are being seen. I think that many more people are also healing, are coming out of it. And that is very reassuring. So I really want to say that this campaign is very close to my heart because, I've seen someone be saved, heal, and go into remission thanks to early detection.
KVS, let me come to you now. And congratulations to you and Federal Bank, now India's 6th largest private bank. So a big round of applause to you and your team. But, bankers talk numbers. So let's talk numbers and let's talk about the outcome of what we've actually been able to achieve so far with Sanjeevani and what we intend to now amplify and give further momentum to.
If I talk about sheer numbers, I think we've been able to, apart from the direct impact that the campaign has had on probably crores of people, but directly we've been able to help about 20,000 people in the last 2-3 years. And I think the way we are scaling up, probably we'll do 20,000 this year, right? So I think that's the direct impact. We have also moved from awareness to direct support to infrastructure. So we are working with one of the partners to this program was CMC, and we are trying to set up. So we are trying to set up infrastructure which will help health, right? So we are talking to some hospitals where we can set up their cancer centers. We are talking to, or education in medical education and things like that. So CMC was one such initiative.
Are you surprised if people still ask you this question as, what is Federal Bank doing with Sanjeevani?
Absolutely. I think CSR is some kind of a good tax, right? Yeah. And I think CSR has willy-nilly landed up getting corporations to think like humans. Right, so we use a tagline internally and even externally. We call ourselves digital to the fore and human at the core. Right, so I think human relationships, human emotions are important, and I think it's good that some of these CSR initiatives make corporations more human. And I think it's a very important thing for, finally, corporations are made up of people. So I think it's important in your, not only employees as a stakeholder, but the communities around you, that we act with some human emotion. And this is an opportunity. So I don't think it should be a surprise.
Absolutely. Vidya, do people walk up to you now asking you for advice on what they should do as far as their health is concerned?
I did have a few people ask me, oh, so did you really do the test? How is it? Is it scary? Kya tha result? So, because again, it comes back to the fear factor, right? 20,000 people is not a small number.
No.
But I'm hoping that, very soon that number just multiplies. So for that, whatever, I don't know. I think, we just need to be even more aggressive. And I'm saying this in front of MVS, who's probably the most
Aggressive person on the planet. Yes, MVS Vidya Balan is calling you the most aggressive
marketing
the most aggressive
person.
marketer. So your raise is guaranteed, MVS. Very often, especially when you're afflicted with something like cancer, it's almost like cancer has happened to you and you become the disease, and there is nothing else or nothing more to you. What is your mantra? What is your secret to finding that emotional resilience? How do you do it?
As someone who's dealt with body image issues forever, I realized that I'm not just the body. It was a lesson I learned over time. So even when it comes to, any health issue, there is, okay, this is happening to me currently, but this is not
Who I am.
I'm not going to let this define me. It's like you have to let it flow. It comes and goes. So, I think I had that realization early on. But I do think that, people, we need to also have a lot more counselors, health counselors, people that can talk not just to patients. And I'm not just talking about cancer. Cancer, very importantly, like I said, because of the stigma, but even otherwise. So I think taking care of your mental health, getting that support, being able to just share with someone your insecurities, your fears is so important. But equally, I think, like Dr. Advani said, it's also the caretakers who need it.
Yeah.
It's also the medical staff that needs, because we don't even realize what they're going through. And then I think also, especially in the case of cancer, there is a lot of PTSD. Because you deal with it when you're going through it. And after that is when, it changes who you are in a way that's not, it really depends on how you deal with it. So I think because in most cases, it's such a shock to people that they need that support. And we should not be ashamed to ask for help or support or a listening ear. And we have to make that accessible and affordable.
Reinforcing the vision behind our campaign, Sanjeevani, United Against Cancer, was Venkatraman Venkateshwaran, the Executive Director of Federal Bank.
The Federal Bank Homes Memorial Foundation, named after our visionary founder, late Sri K.P. Homes, reflects something personal to us. It is not just a commitment to societal progress, but a promise to carry forward his values of compassion and purpose-driven growth. Over the years, the foundation has supported countless initiatives in education, healthcare, livelihood enhancement, and disaster relief. This year, Sanjeevani adds a powerful new chapter to that legacy, building on our momentum and widening the circle of care. Why cancer? Why now? And why us? Because early detection can save lives. We heard that earlier as well. Because access to quality care shouldn't be a privilege, but a right. And because we, as an institution rooted in communities, have the reach, the partnership, and above all, the will to act. We are proud to partner with organizations that share our vision and amplify our values. The Tata Trust, with their unparalleled contribution to public health in India, Network 18, with its ability to take critical messages to every corner of the nation, and the many hospital chains who bring cutting-edge medical science and compassionate care to the heart of this initiative. Together, we are creating a network of hope. Sanjeevani is not just a campaign, it is a movement. A movement that will drive awareness, because the first step to fighting cancer is knowing about it. Screening, because early diagnosis is the most powerful treatment. And support, because no one should walk the cancer journey alone. Through this initiative, we aim to reach the thousands of people across the cities and rural India with awareness drives, free screening, expert guidance, and emotional and financial support where needed.
The next discourse was on what makes cancer screening our strongest weapon in the battle against cancer. Distinguished panelists discussed the theme, Screening is Sovereign.
We are talking about screening today, and that is when you think or you assume you are perfectly healthy and you go for an examination. And if something is picked up very early, the possibility that you're going to beat the disease is higher. Look at the Gudka packet which is available 5 rupees. There are gory images of people with fungating tumors coming out of the mouth. But does that deter anybody from... People believe that this is not meant for me. This is meant for someone else.
Yeah, this won't happen to me.
It won't happen to me.
What's inside is meant for me, but the outside cover is not for me. Yeah.
Exactly that. And so I think that is where we need to... Awareness is not only for rural people. Awareness is also people, for educated, sane people like sitting here and talking here in this small audience, is to say that I could be one of them. And if at all I am one of them, why not get it early and get myself treated?
This is what I have seen is people don't know also the benefit of screening. And unless this is told to them, like lung cancer screening, proper low dose CT scan, it is believed that they decrease the mortality by 20%. The mortality of those people who have been screened by low dose. Now that is much more than our chemotherapy drugs can do. So this type of, information, is it there with anybody? I don't think so. Even regular people would have. By cervical cancer screening,
Yeah.
the mortality goes down by 60%, much more than anything. So these are some things, which should be taught and should be told clearly.
Awareness is maximum in the breast cancer group. But when we are talking about awareness, there is a lot of misinformation also which is there. And I'm talking about dedicated women who would come to the OPD and there's a 6-centimeter lump which is there in the breast. 6 centimeters is a pretty huge lump to have. It's a tennis ball size lump. And I asked them, how is it possible that you're an educated woman, you've seen this, and this is not an organ which is hidden inside. You're seeing it every time you bathe and you're not able to pick this up. It's like, I didn't know this was cancer because it wasn't paining. This is the basic this thing that has been put in all the campaigns, that a painless lump is more likely to be cancer than a painful one.
You go and get sugar checks done, your blood test. You go and get your blood pressure done. You know that you could have high or low blood pressure. Getting a cancer screening done should be the same way, that you get it done anyway. Like the doctors were saying, there's no obvious symptom for cancer other than a lump or something which you are aware of. We say that you need to be aware. Aware of what? Do you know what you have to be aware of? If you have an unnatural bowel change in your body, that could be cancer. My mother was admitted to a hospital with diarrhea. And she went in and she was detected with lung cancer. And we lost her a year later, but she constantly said that I only had diarrhea. So do you know what you should be aware of? All the symptoms, the early symptoms for cancer look like normal symptoms. They are not something that's going to trigger alarm unless you know that I should get them checked anyway. No one's saying it's cancer. We're just saying see a doctor. See a doctor regularly. Any of these symptoms could be cancer.
And joining live to share an update about a lung cancer screening program which has received global recognition through Sanjeevani was Dr. Sanjeevani.
We have run 1,000-patient high-risk cancer screening for lung cancer This effort is funded by Federal Hormis Memorial Foundation and is supported by News 18 Network, and I'm really grateful for this support. What is happening through this initiative is we are pre-screening subjects and figuring out who all are at high risk for lung cancer. And such 1,000 subjects were screened for lung cancer with low-dose CT scan and liquid biopsy. The liquid biopsy part is being funded by Datar Cancer Genetics. And the liquid biopsy includes ctDNA and circulating tumor cells in blood. With the help of both these screening interventions, we are trying to figure out the subjects who are at high risk for lung cancer and bring lung cancer screening to center stage where it is non-existent. This project has been honored and selected for presentation at WCLC, World Conference in Lung Cancer. This is in Paris in September 2025.
The National Sanjeevani Convention witnessed crucial discourse on the future of cancer prevention, detection and treatment in India.